Richard and welcome to Burning Spears. Today I'm going to be cooking a lovely big piece of pork belly. I'm going to be doing it on live fire on the BRAAI, and I'm going to leave the skin on, and I'm going to leave what rib bones there are on it as well for protection. I'm going to really focus on that skin to get it crispy. So let's get on with it. So I've cut this piece off that I'm going to use to make pork belly burnt ends tomorrow. Get that in the fridge quickly, and then leaving the bones, the membrane and the skin. I'm just drying the skin out a little bit, and I'll just do minimal prep to this as it's a real simple cook with a delicious result. So I'm just going to put a bit of oil on to get some stuff to bind. A little bit of seasoning that I'm going to be putting on here. And at the moment I can't get enough of this Alfragonis salmuera. Okay, now I'm going to cover it with salt, which won't really penetrate and oversalt the meat. It's just getting some moisture out in the initial stage of cooking. Right, that's it. I'm gonna let that sit for half an hour while I get the fire ready. Okay, I'm going to get a cold side going, or very low heat. You can see all the moisture it's taken off. Okay, so I'm quite happy with the heat. I've got a good 8 seconds there, a little bit more in the front obviously, but it's pretty good around. I've got a thick side towards the hot side. I'll just, it will die down, and I'll just flick coals across every now and again to keep this going. It's probably going to spend about 80% of its life this way around, similar to a asado style, letting those bones and all that absorb the heat, and the heat to go through delicately without too much contraction or juice being lost. Then I'm going to have a rearing fire going there on that side, and I'm going to get the skin nice and crispy. But this is going to be a good 3 hours, I'd say. Okay, it's been 2.5 hours. And I think I'm going to flip it now to try and render some of this fat down. Get that started. You can see it's starting to wrinkle and bunch up, which means the warmth is getting through to the fat, and that's starting to render and move around. I just need to sort of seal the deal now. So I'll reset the coals and flip it. Now I did say that it was 2.5 hours before I went on to the fat side. It was actually 2. My apologies on that. And let's see how we're looking. Looking very good. I'm going to spin this around 180 degrees. And then what I'll probably do is every half hour or 50 minutes I'll keep an eye on it, turn it like that to the sides that haven't had the direct side. But yeah, looking good. Just wanted to carry on breaking down, rendering, and then that fat is looking nice and blistered, so it looks like my results will hopefully be good. Okay, so we're 3 hours in, pretty much exactly. Skin is crispy, crackling's there. Little corner over there. I don't want to temp the inside. So we're around 75, 78. That's where we want to be. Now it's just a case of finishing off, getting the hard crisp, getting everything rendered, toasted and golden. Beautiful. Right, so now I'm going to put some coals underneath again, so we get the bone side heating up nicely, just for a few minutes, and then we're done. Okay, so here we are. I've actually had a pretty bad day. I did a second video, or first video earlier, which was a complete flop. It's the first one that's flopped on me. So this was my second video, and I'm so happy that this has turned out perfectly. I'm actually very, very surprised with the results, how well it came out. So I'm very, very chuffed with that. So I should let it rest for longer, but I can't wait any longer. I need some goodness in my life. So I've got my cotton liners on. For those of you haters who hate me wearing black gloves, I'm also wearing cotton. So yeah, deal with it, guys. But here we go. So I aim to cut the ribs off and then slice it like a roast from there. Right, juicy as, beautiful, still steaming. Like I said, it's a bit hot. Now, probably should have a serrated chopping knife or carving knife. I don't. So I'm going to see how it is with this. Worked out pretty well. I thought I might have to use the serrated one, but I'm glad I didn't. Okay, now remember, there wasn't a lot of salt. There was salt on the skin, which I brushed off, which might be slightly salty. There was the salt on the membrane on the bottom, but not a huge amount of salt. So I'm going to just kiss them with some salt and pepper, some seasoning. And then for the rib, put on some barbecue sauce. Right. Oh, that's so delicious after today's cook. So crackling must never be too hard. It must be crunchy and soft enough to get through with your teeth without breaking them. So the fat has to render down quite a bit. Excuse me, I'm salivating. This looks so good. Yeah, let me just go for it. That crackling is gone already. You heard the crunch. It's really, really good. That is the love child of chicharrone and BRAAI. Wood smoked live fire. That is the absolute love child of that. Phenomenal. Man, that is tasty. I needed that win. Let's have a little taste of the rib. So that is so, so tender. I'm dumbstruck. This was an amazing cook. The results are phenomenal. This is probably going to be the way I do pork belly from now on in. So certainly skin on. The crackling is phenomenal. Easy to get through. And you get ribs on top of it all. It's a win-win. I tell you what's a win-win is hard day, cold beer, and food like this. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. It was probably about a 4-hour stint, and quite a lot of attention paid later on. You saw when I pushed it on the live fire to get the color, to get the crisp. The skin was a surprise and a revelation. That really, really worked well. So there's no better way to do this. Deep frying certainly is right up there, but this isn't deep fried, man. This is a lot more healthy and equally as good. So thank you. Thanks for watching. Please like this video. And if you're new, please subscribe. Likes are as important as subscriptions. And thanks for watching. And I hope you still go to the end to see this, man. Awesome, awesome stuff. So thank you, and that's it.